In a continuation of looking at airlines fleets, today the focus rests on Air France, the French national carrier, with undoubtedly quite a big role to play in transporting people to and from its country and adorning that all-important title of being a flag carrier. Be sure to subscribe to GlobeTrotting if you haven't already, as I try and push the channel upwards to 60,000. Air France has shifted in different directions across recent years. However, ultimately one of the biggest trends has been an increased reliance on more modern aircraft. The Air France fleet consists of over 200 planes, with some units being parked as well, and at the time of recording, the active fleet is at 209. This could increase or decrease. I will be transparent and say this is being recorded 4 weeks prior to publishing, as I have to work in advance to manage workload. The airline's single-aisle operation is where I'd like to start, and they have a massive reliance on the Airbus family. Funnily enough, the company is one of the few that actually utilizes every series present in the A320 family. But before getting onto that, I have to mention the role of the single-aisle A220, which has been more and more important at airlines right around the world, and now with 29 units in service, averaging just 1.7 years of age, this is the youngest fleet type, and brings really that next-gen feel to the business. However, while 29 units remain in service, just over 35 have been delivered. But thanks to that engine saga we have seen with Pratt & Whitney, the airline has been forced to ground some aircraft. Certainly not coming as a shock, but doesn't make it any better for the company that has to rejig its network ever so slightly to cope or delay certain capacity route upgauges. But back to that A320 series, let me start with the smallest A318 with just 5 active units per their latest records. A theme for the A320 family is more than present, in that the average age is considerably higher than every other aircraft type, primarily driven by the fact that the airline doesn't have any next-gen A320neo family planes in the fleet. The A319 is also active, 10 units still to their name here, averaging some 22.8 years. The A320, the base model, plays an integral role with 35 units in service, and this being the most important single-aisle type when I do measure it by active units, with 35 currently in the fleet. Air France does also leverage the A321 series for its fleet. This extended capacity is important across short-haul missions that may require additional seating over, say, the base model. Both the A321-100 and A321-200 do feature, with the Dash 100 actually averaging some almost 30 years of age. And that pretty much sums up the short-haul fleet. You can certainly see how important, though, that entire Airbus family is for its short-haul flying, whether it is the A320 family or the recent adoption of the incredibly fuel-efficient A220, which has really been able to not just boost efficiency, but enable some modernization efforts within the fleet. Let's move now on to your larger wide-body aircraft, beginning with the A330. These to be on the way out, with 11 units active, but they average over 20 years of age, so no doubt the plane won't be around for too much longer, despite having a really important last couple of decades. It is the role of the A350 to be one of only 2 next-gen aircraft types that are wide bodies. With 34 units in service at an average age of 2 years, the pretty quick adoption of this wide body from the European manufacturer has certainly been a sight to behold, and it can be seen across destinations right around the world. The youthful nature that I've just started on has to take a step back for a second as I move over to Boeing, with, you've got to argue, the most important fleet type when measured by active units, and its ability to reach markets right around the world. That is in the Boeing 777. Averaging some 18.3 yeyears of age, Air France has 61 777 family jets in service. Now, this spread across the 777-200 and even the 777-300ER for passenger ops, the latter variant having the most active units. Lastly, in the mainline fleet, as I've got to reiterate, I'm just focusing on the mainline Air France, no other airlines. We focus on the 787 Dreamliner with just the 10 units still present. These have also played an essential role across long-haul flying and bringing greater efficiency, just like the role of the Airbus A380. I'd argue, though, that an honourable mention has to go out to the A380, the world's largest passenger plane. This an aircraft type that never really worked with Air France, and obviously doesn't fly to this day, but was one of those casualties from the global pandemic that gave Air France that exit plan that they were probably already planning. It never really worked out, and when travel demand plummeted, that was the nail in the coffin. With that being said, it has seen them move in a direction of only twin-engined aircraft for long-haul flying, which seems to be working out better for them. Thanks a lot for tuning into this fleet video. If you'd like me to take a look at any other airlines' currently active fleet, let me know down below in the comments. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you in a couple of days.
And we'll fly.